Earlier in the week, I caught up with a leading insurance company on investment options when looking to secure a better future. Let's listen in. Karibu sana, Caro, and it's such a pleasure to see you again.
Lovely to see you, Nancy, and thank you for having us.
Give us an overview of the insurance industry in Kenya and the larger East Africa region.
Yes, so insurance, has been around for a very long time. Yeah, so for example, in Kenya, with this particular organization, we've been around for now 87 years. Globally, I think it's in the hundreds of years. So it's a fairly old industry. When it comes to Kenya and to East Africa, what you find is that in as much as it's been around for a very long time, insurance penetration is very low. So Kenya, it's at 2.3%. In Uganda, we are at 0.8%, and in Tanzania, we're hovering around 1%. So you can see that truthfully, we are really not doing service to the peoples of this region. And the question is why? I think first and foremost is for a very long time insurance has been, shall we say, a complex product. It's been kind of, has all these things surrounding it, actuaries, models, risk factors, and all sorts of language, and enshrouded in a lot of complexity. Let's start with that. And it is true, it is complex. To insure something, to put money in today in order for you to be able to make a payment in the event of an incident and an accident and what have you, or to be able to give a return, is a complex thing. So I think first and foremost it's complex. I think the other thing is just awareness, So very much for a very long time until very recently, most insurance companies have not tended to put real marketing budgets behind their businesses and their products. So you'll find that it's very underserved from an awareness perspective, which means that people just don't actually know. But again, the question is, if we were going to tell them, we have to tell them something that they can buy. So innovation.
Information that is chewable.
So information that is chewable, but beyond even the information is there products that are accessible. So if I come to you and I'm making a big noise, do I have something that can meet your need? You'll find that innovation has also been lagging in the industry overall.
From where I sit, I think is in lack of proper information, and maybe our history has not been very good with the insurance companies. Having said that, as a leading insurance company, what are you doing to change that dynamic?
Lots of things we are doing. So I'll start internally. We are reorienting ourselves. We are organizing ourselves in a way that becomes more consumer focused. So what does that mean? As we produce, or as we innovate, or as we are providing solutions, we are asking ourselves what is out there and how do we ensure that we are going to be able to serve those people. So a customer orientation different from a technical orientation, and that is a mindset shift. The other thing is to now say, okay, how do we make it accessible? Because the truth of the matter is it's expensive. And you need to break it down. We have to be able to try and break down this expense in a way that makes it affordable for the common wananchi from a price point. So that way we can make it pay-as-you-go products, personalized products. For example, I don't want an insurance cover that has maternity and yet I am not anywhere near. My teeth. Who said I want all of that? Can I build my insurance to take care of the things that are important to me? So that's, I think, one of the key things that we as an industry need to do. And at Jubilee, for sure, we have this great program called Chamuka. And Chamuka is all about changing the conversation from a digital perspective, robotics, AI, portals, apps, everything, technology, to make it possible for us to be able to deliver that, because that's the only way you're going to be able to deliver something affordable through technology. When it came to penetration for the banking industry, one of the key things that has led that penetration is the mobile. So your Timizas, your M-Pesas, all those things have actually completely democratized financial inclusion for the banks. So we as insurance industries as well need to actually get onto those platforms. Apps, yes, but also USSD, so that my star 224 hash
can work,
yields something for me, and it's not very complicated and it's not chewing data and whatnot. So there's technology. And then we also come in now as marketers and communicators, because we must then make this information available. Talk about it, let people know, talk about it in a language that they understand, in spaces that that are accessible to them. So we need to get onto radio. We need to get to Mtandao is very good, as you can see. The other day we saw what it can do. Yes. Your X spaces and what have you, and we need to come to them in a language that they understand, in a forum or in a space, and at a cost. Yeah, so that we don't now ask you to have to travel or have to download or have to incur a cost for you to get information. So the marketing and the advertising and the communication and the promotion needs to also be made digestible.
Let me just ask you one question that I know a lot of our viewers have asked us over time. Yeah. What are the risks posed by people without an insurance cover?
In Kenya, I think there's a World Bank study that's being done that says 30% of the population is one illness away from financial
instability.
Yeah, financial instability and financial ruin. Shall we actually call it ruin? Because when an event such as a hospitalization occurs, or you have one of those like a heart attack or some sort of crisis like that, the hospital bill becomes a point of selling land,
selling your
car, your home,
to be able to
pay. Yeah. The other one is also death of someone who was probably your caregiver or paid your school fees and what have you. If there isn't a fail-safe or a place to hold it together, it means that that I don't go to school anymore as a student. Yeah, because so and so who used to be the earner in the family is now no longer with us.
And we've seen it
100 times, yes. Every single day. I mean, it's not even a joke. And then even loss of opportunity, because if you haven't put money away and something comes up and you could have actually benefited because you can now say invest, but because you don't have any savings, you don't have anything that you put away to enable you to do that, it just means that you continue. So the cycle of poverty just continues. And then, and yes, it is true, we are believers. There's a lot of, we will pray for you. We are great as a community in terms of harambes. But at the end of the day, the question has to be, how can we improve? Yeah, of course, it's a journey. It'll take time. But how do we improve that risk? How do we mitigate that risk? And that's what we're saying. At Jubilee, we want to help you live life free. To live life free means we must give you some fail-safes, some buffers. And this is what we are seeking to do. So you're not one step away or one illness away or one incident away from complete devastation. We have quite a number of products, and I think we talked in the previous show, we talked about, say, the health products. So let me talk about Cabora, for example. Cabora is a great product because it's very accessible. Yes, it's 6,200 shillings per annum, but actually if you break that down to
500 a month,
it's 500 shillings a month. It's 20 bob a day. I mean, at that price point, I think we can safely say that we don't need to be taking the risk of waiting for an incident for you to now start figuring out how you take your child out of hospital or take a child to hospital or whatever else. We have the money market fund. So the money market fund, again, is another way of putting money aside. And it's actually a great one, because at 5,000 shillings, you can get a return for the Kenya shillings, 5,000 Kenya shillings, you get a return of about 16%, which is very high. Now, 16% may sound not so bad, but think about it this way. The money that you're holding in your M-Pesa account or the money that's sitting in your bank account is not doing any work. So if you actually put this away and let it earn something, that's something that can help you take advantage of an opportunity.
Now I'd like us to talk about the Live Free race.
Yes.
What is that event all about?
That event is another one of our opportunities, again, to bring folks out, bring people out for a day of community, a day of physical wellness through the challenge of the race, a day to enhance mental wellness, because we are social beings and we want to make sure that we are creating spaces and opportunities for people to interact. So the Live Free race, this is the third edition of the Live Free race. We got behind this 2022. And the idea there was what sport embraces the values that we have as a business, especially when it comes to the insurance and that space. So preventative. It's better to be to be physically active, to be out there, to be doing things in order for you to overcome non-communicable disease. Because a lot of the diseases, that have that people are in hospital for are actually non-communicable disease: diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, obesity. The things that if you actually managed yourself, you could actually prevent.
How can our viewers sign up, and what is the one thing they should look forward for during that day?
So signing up, the one thing you could do right away is download the MyShafiti app. You'll see a pop-up there. It'll send you to the Live Free registration website. So do that, and you'll get a 15% off, as I said. Once you've registered, we'll inform you when you come and collect your kit, your jersey, your water bottle, your bag, and off you go. On the day, we're expecting at least 21 countries. I think we have participation from, of course, all of East Africa, but we also have some international people coming through from Europe and other parts of the world. It will be a day of just great energy. We start at 6
in the morning.
In the morning, we have 6 races. We have the main race, which we call the elite race. We have kiddie fun ride. We have the family fun ride. We have the veterans, wazee kama ni kama sisi ama sisi. Anyway, a veteran. And then we have paracycling as well, because paracycling, we seek to be as inclusive as possible. And then we also have teams. So corporate teams can also register. So if you're a part of an organization and you want to register a team consists of 6 people. Just do that and be a part of the day.
There you've heard it. It's important to stay informed, invest wisely, and take control of your financial security today.